Paul member had recently gone viral after posting a video on TikTok, a social media platform, where she lamented the country's worsening economic conditions and openly criticized the president. And just afterwards, you stepped in, and stepped in behind her to support her and also, escort her to the LGI's office. So what went down, and what prompt your support for her on the matter?
She was summoned by the local government inspector after her video went viral, and the follow-up call had come from her office at the NYC, one of the officials there in the local government inspector's office, insisting that she take down the viral video and then threatening her. So that was what really brought everybody on board, because people were upset. Definitely, she was speaking the mind of millions of Nigerians regarding the socio-economic condition of the country. So yesterday or day before, we reached out to her and we offered our support, both legal and physical, to accompany her to the office and meet with the LGI person who invited her over. And we arrived there after 10 a.m. in the morning, and we were told that this LGI person had not come to work. Right at some point, we sent messages to her, and then we asked her to send her a call. She did, and she said she was somewhere in the state secretariat and she should wait. So we waited for another hour, and then she stopped picking our calls. Apparently, I think she was afraid and couldn't show up at work. Have any conversation with the person she had summoned. So that's what went down yesterday.
Well, there's so many comments on this. Some celebrities have commented on this, and even the presidential aide. Where it was alleged that this was seeking a death penalty for the core member. Though the special assistant to the president on media and publicity, the Temitope Ajayi, refuted the claims that he called for the death of the National Youth Service Corps member, who floated the NYC by lures. Are you not worried about? You're a human rights activist. Are you not worried about the lures that got the NYC? Some Nigerians have said that. Well, there are laws that got corps members, way to behave and how to act, to do, and all of this. Did you speak to the lady in question concerning those parts?
There are no laws in any act that states that a Nigerian, either in the employment of the federal government, private sector, or as an individual, I cannot speak. This is given. I have seen herself on social media about Amiga stipend allowances that can support her life. And so nothing in our laws says you can't speak freely about the socio-economic condition of the country. Nothing in our law says you can't even abuse the president of your country. That is what is the situation. So there's nothing to discuss about laws gagging her. And somebody saying that she should be committed to death because she said this is part of the recklessness of those who find themselves on the corridors of power, or those who support those who are in power. They say all kinds of very, very outlandish, outrageous, and irresponsible things so that they can step ahead of others on those corridors to get accolades. In the past, and even now, they used to go out and assassinate people on behalf of their principals. So maybe this is a verbal assassination. But I think whomever said I was just trying to intimidate others who might want to toe the part of Rita Ray one year.
All right.
The backlash is obvious, and that's why he's recanting it in the last 24 hours non-stop.
As it is right now, don't you think that your involvement will further amplify the situation? I mean, drawing more attention to the case and also probably potential repercussions that she might face from the NYSC or other authorities.
There's nothing new about people having issues with the NYSC. I remember before I entered the university in the 90s, there was a guy named Bamidele Aturu who is now late. On the day of his personal parade, he was handed a certificate, and the military governor wanted to shake hands with him. He refused. He said he doesn't shake hands with people who hijack power. And they took the certificate back. I think he took them to court. He won. I too was arrested on the day of my personal parade for being anti-government. Today, I don't even have an NYSC certificate. But the important
have you filed for it? Have you gone to court to request for your NY certificate?
Well, I did go to court in 1996, and they came and said, "Oh, it's military decree. You can't sue the NYSC until you have exhausted internal mechanism for resolving it." And they then told us in court that I had been sent to my service year was extended. I have to spend another 6 months in Sokoto, and I said, no, I can't continue service after I have completed my service, because I was arrested on the day of the personal parade, just as I was about to collect the certificate. So I just never went back. I recently did write to the NYSC to provide the court case, and to ask them to send me my certificate, because I know I'm entitled to it. And
what the feedback?
They kept saying that, I didn't properly address the letter. It should have gone to director. I wrote the name of director as a recipient, and all kinds of jargons and bureaucratic excuses. But I just wanted it on record, because I know I completed my service and I deserve the certificate. So, and one day I will get it. I have no doubt about it.
But I mean, is that? Could it be that that's the same line this young lady, Ugwamaye, will definitely face? Because a lot of people are saying that, well, NYSC, who is keeping mum on the matter right now, might, want to get to her during passing out parade, during signing out. Do you think she's ready for this joining with the NYSC?
No, we can't. I'm not trying to guess what they will do, but I know that they're not the most sensible people on earth. But we're just watching. If they try something foolish or stupid, they will be adequately taken care of legally. And other means that are legitimate to make sure that she's not punished for doing what is right. I'm aware that Fumi Falana, SAN, has an organization that's written to protect her. Her husband, Femi Falana, has also signified interest. A lot of lawyers who have signified interest in helping her. There are people who are willing to accompany her to the personal parade if necessary to provide just human shield protection on that day. There's a lot happening, so I hope that they learn and don't do anything stupid for any further.
All right, we understand you don't have time. We have to get engaged with other things. But quickly, what about our security? How safe is she?
Well, by virtue of being in the national service, she's entitled to security. By being a Nigerian citizen, she's entitled to security. But as of last time we saw her, she wasn't worried about her physical security. She's very firm. But there's been a lot of pressure on her, though. Her senators been calling her. You know how they operate, and
because she has been talking about threat to life.
Somebody from the presidency called her, and you see another special advisor of the president saying, she deserves to die. They have also recruited influencers and online warriors to threaten her because she's not from Lagos, and but she's not worried. I'm really proud of that part of her, but she's under a lot of pressure. But so far, she's safe, and people are going to be. We're constantly in touch with her in case anything happens. she would reach out. She knows which panic buttons to press if anything happens to her, to reach out to us.
All right. Thank you very much for all of this information. And thank you very much for talking to us this morning. Comrade Omoyele Sowore, a politician, a human rights activist, and also a presidential candidate. Thank you very much for your time this morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
All right, Lagos, we'll take a short break, and when we return, we'll be speaking to a lawyer, definitely also a university lecturer who has gone through all of this. He'll be telling us more and more on all of these issues. Some things happen sometimes, you just heard it all from Sowore, who has said that, she knows the panic button to press, and we just hope that things really get resolved. Nigeria is a country where sometimes when things happens like this, it seems to be like, we're not in a safe space. A lot of people have said so many things in regards to this issue. The senior special assistant to the president on media and publicity, Temitope Ajayi, made a statement on this. We also had celebrity also. That's no person that Mr. Macaroni has also made a comment on this. The Femi Falanas has also weighed in into all of this situation. Well, okay, I guess our barrister is right. Yeah, okay, Barrister Deji, welcome to the show.
Nice to be with you this morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Yeah, great.
All right. Lagos, we have Barrister Deji Olaleye, who is a lawyer and also a public affairs commentator and definitely a university lecturer. Barrister Deji, we just, I don't know if you heard, but we just spoke to human rights activist and also a politician, Comrade Omoyele Sowore, who was giving us a breakdown, an insight of the situation, how it went yesterday at the NYC Secretariat, or say NYC office right there in Etiosa. How he used his word, the LGI, absconded or refused to come to attend to them, telling them that he was somewhere at the headquarters in Lagos, and she's coming, but later didn't show her. But let's now go to the legal angle of all of this. I mean, we have the NYC bylaws, and a code of conduct. NYC have a code of conduct. One, attend regularly and participate fully in all official engagement. Not leave orientation camp or absent himself or herself from any official activity without written consent of the state coordinator. This is the National Youth Service Corps bylaws, revised 2011. That's the bylaw. 3. Not gamble within the premises. Not be in possession of firearms or ammunition. Not smoke, chew anything whatsoever, make or answer calls while on parade at any other time. Not smoke in a prohibited area or throw lighted cigarette, butt or lighted machete about the premises carelessly. Not get drunk. Not receive visitors in camp except on Saturdays, Sundays, and public holidays. Barrister, are you there?
Yes, I'm listening to you.
All right.
Yeah.
Also, number 8, wear the various uniforms provided for the activities. Not keep animal pets in camp. Not take part in mob actions. That's any member who take part in riot or mob actions shall be reported to the police for prosecution. So, COM members cannot take part in mob action. Not steal. Not take part in organized night parties in camp without the written permission of the state coordinator, and not be insubordinate or rude to camp officials. Not be in possession of hard drugs like cocaine, Indian hams, heroin, etc. Not bring vehicles or motorcycles into the rotation camp. Not bring forged document for registration. Any members who bring forged document for registration shall be reported to the police for prosecution. Not address the press or any policy issue without the prior written consent of the state coordinator. That's it there. Any member who addresses the press or any public policy issue without the written consent of the state coordinator shall be tried by the camp court, and if found guilty, will be liable to extension of service for 30 days on half pay. We have disciplinary bodies also on number 19. Disciplinary bodies. During orientation course, the education body shall be the camp court. We have every member shall not refuse posting to primary assignment. I mean, so many of this bylaws. But barrister, I mean, how do you weigh in on this? There are fierce talks.
Well, thank you very much. Let me first of all start by appreciating my good brother and friend, Sowore, for the timely intervention in this matter. It's really unfortunate that this is happening, and one will not ordinarily think that such a matter would not have happened in a country where the government has nothing to do, where it appears as if government is more interested in minor issues other than the major matters that affect all of us as a nation or as a people. Now, having said that, let me come to the question of whether there has been a breach of the NYSC guidelines that had been raised by the NYSC itself. That guideline that you have just read relates to the conduct and attitude of youth corpers or core members while they are in orientation camp. It does not extend to the rights of youth corpers under the Constitution of Nigeria, the right to free speech, the right for them to join any other association, or all the basic fundamental rights that are granted under the Nigerian Constitution. It does not relate to it at all. Neither does it obviate or remove the right of a person just because he's on service, he's on national service. And that particular section they have usually quoted relating to policies and all that without, first of all, discussing with the NYSC only relates to maybe dissensions or opinions or complaints in regards to policies that relate to NYSC, the conduct of youth corpers during orientation and the conduct of youth corpers maybe in the course of their national service, or policies that relate to their welfare and matters that are so related. It does not extend to complaints or issues that has to do with the nation. All that this lady complained about, if you listen well to her, is about the condition of Nigerians. It's about the economy, the state of the economy. It's about the polity. It's not about NYSC program. It's not about NYSC policy or NYSC issues or involving the orientation of corpers. No, it has nothing to do with it. So the NYSC has no business complaining about the comments of a corper, a national corper on national service, on the matters that affect the country, on the matters that affect her as a person, on the matters that relates to our existence, our ability to survive in a condition, in a terrible situation that all of us have found ourselves in Nigeria. And I hate the way Nigerians officials and people in government tries to behave like ostrich, bury their head for anything. And some of these people have decided to obey because this national service is out of compulsion to obey the nation and to serve the nation. So everything they need to make their service comfortable should be provided. It should be provided. A nation that cannot provide for its young people is no nation. And they should realize that. So if she's complaining, they should look at the complaint rather than trying to look for how to victimize her.
All right, quickly, Lagos, let's turn the mantle to you. You can be part of this conversation right here. Yes, call us on the 0705 690 0927. 0705 690 0927 or 0802 502 7711. 0802 502 7711. The other lines on the 0802 978 80 8003. 0802 978 8003. Who do we have on the line? Hello, good morning. All right, good morning.
Good morning, Makandi is my name.
All right, Makandi, from where?
Ikoyi.
All right, please go ahead, make your comment.
Actually, I want to support your guest. Your guest, I just say good morning, sir.
Good morning.
The fact remains that, sir, God will bless you. It's only unfortunate that people like you are not allowed to come to the limelight of leadership. We are in the era of Idi Amin. You talk the truth, you are victimized. Nigerians are so gullible in mind that they always want to support where they fit from, whether it's right or wrong. I heard the response of Shore, and you have come in to crown it up. Is it wrong for a child to cry that there's no food in the house? Instead of them to pet the child and say, look at the situation, let's just take it easy. In no longer time, this thing will be okay. Instead, they want to kill, they want to beat that child and deny that child to cry. That's the country we are facing under Tinubu. And they will even see here more. What has National Youth Service Corps member got to do with all these things? They are talking because they affect them. If they are students, so to say, if they are involved in this complaint, then you should know what people who are outside there conventionally are going through. Who is in this country that is not feeling heat today? What you bought for 15 naira yesterday, if you come in and you say 300 naira. Is it a country? And somebody say Farabale, for killing there. I just pray that God's supposed to turn it around. We are not under Saul, and it can never be. Thank you so very much.
All right, thank you very much. Yes, keep your call coming in 0705 690 0927. 0705 690 0927. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Calling from Lagos.
Your name is what?
My name is Bright, calling from Lagos.
All right, Bright from Lagos. Please go ahead, make your comment.
All right. I listened to the whole comment. Like, I listened to Shore. I really want to thank the last speaker because things go wrong in this country a lot. I had a youth copper in my office. Like, they came, I watched them behave like I took time, watched them. You know, there's one that said, do you pay coppers? I said, yes. He said, why? Other company, they don't pay coppers. I said, when I calculate how you struggle to my office, and then sometimes I wonder what you do with 100,000. And the guy was like, so people like you existed in this Nigeria? I said, no. Everybody is into it. All of us are into this regime. So when I hear people say the girl should be doing this, that, and all that, instead of encouraging the young lady, even guide her, what we lack in this country is mentorship. Nobody mentor anybody. So it's symbolic. I don't know how we got here, but we need God help.
All right, thank you very much. We need God help. Hello, good morning. All right, call us back 0705 690 0927. Or the other lines, you can use the other lines 0802 978 8003. Hello, good morning. Please turn down the volume on your radio set so we can hear you properly. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your...
My name is Prophet Lucky.
All right, Lucky from
I'm
where?
calling you from Lagos.
Lucky from
Lagos.
Please go ahead, Lucky.
Yeah, please. I'm very happy for your show. I'm very happy how you guys are enlightening people to know what's going on. Because I was born in this country. I'm a native of Nigeria, and I school in this country. Everything about me has been in this country. I know how this country is in the 80s, even in the 90s. So I never thought in my life that this country is going to do like this. I never thought so. I was thinking that before now, Nigeria would have been better than America. But seeing us falling inside lagoon in this way and everybody is pretending that all is well in Nigeria, it's a shame. I think this issue or this situation of this country has made everybody to be running out of this country. People run out of the country and died. At least I traveled in South Africa. I was there. Somebody has also struggling. He's not making money. He climbed up to 40-story building and say instead of him to come back in Nigeria because police was chasing people that doesn't have paper, he fly from 40-story building and fell down and died. But the way the country is running is not the way, and the government is pretending. I'm just pretending. I'm just trying to say something. Please allow me. I was schooling when I was in primary school was the military regime. And during the time of that military regime, every one of us was happy. My father never struggled so much for us to feed. We was buying 7 cups of gari for 1 naira. And that 7 cup of gari, or the family could not even finish it. I'm telling you the truth, even we plant yams in the school we cook yam and we carry our pan, go to school and eat. Everybody was happy. When they break, everybody wants to go to school. Everything was okay. But it's a pity that when we was fighting that we need a democracy, and we didn't knew exactly democracy we was looking for. Even the people that went to jail, went to prison, fighting for this democracy is the people that is even worse than the military that we was talking about. I am very, very disappointed. Can you imagine those a young lady that came out and speak out how she's feeling, what she's passing through? If not of Shawore and some other people, I'm telling you, that lady voice would have been silent by now. I'm very, very happy that you guys in this station, you are doing a very fantastic job. And people love it. Nigerians love it. The real Nigerians, not the destroyers. Thank you. Please, the last speaker, I supported him. I'm supporting him. Please.
All right, thank you.
God will bless you.
Bless you too. Bless you too. Well, it is possible. You said you think Nigeria will have been better than US. Well, it's possible. God's willing, we're heading there. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. All right, please call us back. Don't forget, you can also send your messages via WhatsApp on 0903 0705 6900 927. That's for WhatsApp. You can send your messages on WhatsApp 0705 690 0927. That's for WhatsApp 0705 690 0927. Who do we have there? Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Abubakar, calling from Lagos.
Abubakar from Lagos. Please go ahead, make your comment.
Yeah, you know one thing about this country, everybody is speaking good them, why they are not. And where there is truth, after giving them money, they keep quiet, they will never say it again. They support money, not human beings. That is why it's running the country. So a lot of young boys, they are saying this, that, this, they're doing that. No, they are the cause of everything. Because when you speak to instead of you saying after collecting money, shut up. That is it. So we all of us suffer. So that's what I think.
All right, thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Mr. Matthew, calling from Ikotu.
All right, Matthew from Ikotu, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. This is my intake in this question. I've heard what you guys are talking about. And that is very wonderful thing because you know that doing it. See, this girl, this youth couple girl, I did not see anything wrong that she did. But I think that someone like Sore and the government bank was there. It's not that. Now, the girl came out and said that this country is facing a lot of changes about this or that. Now, the people over there trying to call her to silence her is awful. It's so appalling. It's not done in anywhere. You have to in this country. I don't know what people are against or after her. This girl did not do anything wrong, as I'm saying it. Thank you.
All right, thank you very, very much. Well, let's go to WhatsApp, then we'll come back to our guest. Ayo from Lasso says, good morning, Mr. Michael. The NYSC have no hold on the said girl. She's a citizen of the country and is allowed freedom of expression. Funny enough, a lot of people are also in the same situation. How do you put people in tight corners and ask them not to complain? That's Ayo from last. So let's go back to our guest, Barrister Deji.
Yeah.
I mean, you've heard all of our callers. You've had complaints and you've had their comment on these issues. But let's go to this where the senior special assistant to the president on media and publicity, Temitope Ajayi, had refuted claimed, that he called for the death of the National Youth Service Corps. I mean, some people have said that, well, this young lady had done could probably, cause us so many things, in the country where we are like this. And then, he later released a statement and said that he suggested that flagrant and open abuse and disregard of NYSC bylaws and established protocol should attract the full NYSC disciplinary measures, particularly regarding the corps members' recent display of imprudence. Do you agree with Ajayi, Temitope Ajayi, that's the senior special assistant to the president on media and publicity?
Well, I don't want to mix words with those in government because, of course, their attitude towards matters like this. When people are complaining about the state of the nation, they are so reactionary. And some of the time very irrational too in the comments that they make. Those who are in power, they see themselves above others, and they think that they will always be there in government. But government itself is transitory. You are there today, tomorrow you may not be there. It's really unfortunate that the right attitude towards these ladies' complaint is not being seen. Ordinarily, people in government should respond immediately. And of course, if the president is not a terrible president, he should call this lady as a father. He should talk to the lady. They should find a way of making things comfortable for youth corpers. It's not easy to serve the country. And many of these people never served Nigeria, so they don't understand what it means to serve. Many of the generation of politicians who are in government today, they never serve this country. At least those of them at the top, at the peak. They don't even know what national service is all about. So, yes? Hello?
I'm there. Are you there?
Hello?
I'm with you, Barrister.
Yes. So what I'm saying is that many of them never really served Nigeria. And they don't understand what it means to serve. Now, let me tell you this, Mike. Many of these youth corpers you see, that little money that they are being given is what some of them are using to sustain even their families. There are many of the youth corpers who have to send money to their junior ones, to their parents, aged parents, to be able to survive from this little amount of money that they are earning. So they have a legitimate reason to complain about the plight of the nation. They have a legitimate reason. And for anybody to dismiss that and begin to now bring out the rod against corpers for complaining, I think it's inhuman. And government should not be seen as an anti-people. We were not this bad, even during the military. There are some things that the military will not do to the civilian populace, which many of these our despotic politicians and leaders are now doing. It's as if Nigeria is completely a captured and occupied territory. And it's unfortunate. The attitude of those in government should change. They should change their attitude. They are there because of the people, because of the nation. Okay? They are not there for their own selfish interests. They are not there to pursue their own policies and agendas. They are there to pursue policies that are beneficial and that will help the welfare of the Nigerian people. So it's unfortunate for anybody to take a contrary side to this complaint about the state of the nation. Everybody knows what we are all going through as a nation. And like the young lady said, this is the first time that she's leaving her parents to be on her own. So that psychological trauma is there. That psychological trauma is there. Now imagine if this lady was the daughter of the president. Would they treat her the way they are treating her?
I mean,
would
the daughter of the president come after the president?
The daughter of the president can complain about the father. We have situations where people complain about their parents.
Of course, I mean, yeah. It's
So to me, it's a legitimate complaint that should be properly addressed. In fact, the government should not over-sensationalize it. It's unfortunate they are the one now sensationalizing this story. It's a private thing that they should have handled privately. All right? They should have called the lady or discussed with the lady or invite her and talk to her.
I mean, she was invited, but they were not. They were absent. I mean, the NYSC.
She was invited, but they were not there. They were not there.
Yeah.
And this idea of punishment, to me, is uncalled for. The idea of trying to punish the lady for what she has said is uncalled for. Unless we are saying we are in a repressive government. Unless we are saying we are in a dictatorship. Unless we are saying we are in a tyranny. If we are not in a tyranny, we are not in a despotic regime called a civil regime, then the proper thing should be done, which is to call the girl and palliate. And then also the welfare of the national members of the National Youth Corps should be looked into. The inflation in Nigeria today are taking away all the real benefits, all the real wages of an average corps members. Many of them have to go on different assignments almost every day or every other day. It costs them a lot of money to move around. It costs them a lot of money to feed themselves.
Yeah.
I'm not sure there is any youth corps housing facility in Lagos State for youth corps members where they can stay and not pay rent. Many of these people have to look for where to stay in states where they are sent to, where accommodations are not provided by their employers. And many employers don't even have accommodation for youth corpers. Many of them don't have anything to leverage the cost of accommodation for our youth corpers. So the youth corp program should not be a slavery.
All right,
thank you. It's a national service.
Thank you very much.
Comfort should be given. The way they are giving comfort, the way the senators, the governors are giving themselves comfort for serving the nation, that's the same way they should give comfort to our youth who are serving the nation.
Thank you very
and
much.
The president has said that he's interested in the youth. So it should be seen as doing it, not just talking about it. It shouldn't be a talk show. People want to see the honesty in that intention.
Thank you very much, Barrister.
But as far as I can see, it's as if the honesty is not there.
Thank you very much, Barrister, for your time. We just hope that government will definitely be honest regarding this situation. And like you said, also, they should be properly taken care of. That's the core members who serve the nation. Thank you very much, Barrister Deji Olale, a lawyer, a public affairs commentator, and also a university lecturer. Thank you very much for your time this morning.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's always a pleasure to be on your program.
All right, Lagos. We have to head to Rivers State. A lot of things is coming out of the state. Yes, do you know that the impeachment notice, a full list of allegations have been read against Fubara and the deputy governor? This is really worrisome. Let's take a short break. We'll be back to join one person who is a former spokesman of the Civil Liberty Organization in Rivers State, Sonny Dada. We'll be right back.
We don't just talk the talk, we walk the walk. Switch to the good side of life here on 90.7 Super FM.
And let the music take over.
Circle by supporting initiatives that enhance access to quality education for the girl child globally. Together, we can empower and shape a brighter future for the girl child.
This message is brought to you by 92.7 Super FM. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. 92.7 Super FM.
All right, welcome back. Still Spotlight on Soap on 92.7 FM. Yes, we'll head to River State, where the impeachment saga against Fubara. River State Assembly on Monday began proceedings to impeach Governor Simi Fubara and his deputy, Professor Ngozi Odu. The State House of Assembly served a notice of alleged misconduct on the governor and his deputy. This commenced the process of impeachment, impeaching Fubara and his deputy from office. There are a full list of allegations being filed against the governor by the House. There were allegations of the Excellency Simi Fubara, GSSRS, the governor of River State, refused to present the River State Appropriation Bill 2024 to the House. Also, that the Excellency governor of River State authorized or approved withdrawals from the Consolidated Revenue Fund of River State in 2024 financial year. That His Excellency also violated Section 122 of the Constitution by authorizing expenditures from the Consolidated Revenue Fund of Rivers State. Also, that he hindered or obstructed the River State House of Assembly, which in another arms of government protected by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, from performing their constitutional duties. You're being joined by the former spokesman, Civil Liberty Organization right there in River State, Sonny Dada. Mr. Sonny Dada, good morning and welcome to the show.
Hello, Michael. Good morning, and very good morning to your audience.
I mean, quickly, because we know we don't have much time, but then we just have to know what is happening right there in River State. Well, impeachment process said has begun against the governor of River State. You're right there in the state. How is the heat like? I mean, how did we get here to all of this impeachment thing? At the point, it was said Fubara has accused the lawmakers of frustrating the effort to implement the Supreme Court judgment. He has said, well, he is going to obey the Supreme Court, but still yet, I mean, the lawmakers are bent, on carrying out the impeachment. And well, there were also permutations that, do you know that if the governor and the deputy is impeached, does that mean that Amuele will definitely sit in, and that means power has come back to the Wike camp. All of these permutations, all of this incident happening in River State. How do you react to it?
It's unfortunate. As a matter of fact, I'm talking to you as a very worried Riversman right now, and as somebody who has, dedicated a reasonable part of my professional life in working for the development and peace of Rivers State, not just Rivers State, but the Niger Delta as a region. So it's unfortunate that we're witnessing what we're witnessing now. After the Supreme Court judgment, a lot of us thought that reason would prevail, and we thought that the gladiators or the key actors in the conflict would eventually sheath their sword, since there is now an official pronouncement by the Apex Court, But unfortunately, we are seeing an uptick from across the divide. But however, I want to really talk about the actions of the FCT ministers camp, because so far they are the ones that have really, all this while that we have had this conversation, I've always told you that, I mentioned several times to you that both camps are culpable, both camps are responsible, have made mistakes, and there is need for both camps to sit down together and have a conversation, a roundtable conversation, and see how we can, deploy a political solution to this. But I'm particularly angry that immediately after the Supreme Court judgment, the camp of the FC minister, led by all the foot soldiers, of the FCT minister, led by Mr. Mewule, has suddenly seen, the Supreme Court judgment as a potent weapon in their hands with which they can use, to really turn the table. Of course, it's politics. There is nothing wrong in going against your opponent so that at the end of the day you get the upper hand. But however, in doing that, we should be very, very careful. And if we are statesmen, we should. The minimum expectation is that we should put the interest of the state. We should weigh the import of our actions and put the interest of the state in the middle, and ensure that at the end of the day we do not do something that will hurt the entire state. You talked about seeing pockets of protest here and there and all of that. The tension is just building. The tension is just consolidating. It's been building all this while, but we are seeing a consolidation, especially with the announcement of the House of Assembly, who have compiled a list of misconducts and against the governor. And this whole thing is now playing into the hands of ethnic jingoists in the state, because a lot of persons from the two camps, have given the conflict an ethnic coloration. Some persons were still neutral. Some persons still didn't believe that, yes, there is any ethnic coloration. But with the announcement of the State Assembly, or the camp or the faction of the assembly led by Mr. Martin Amewule, they have just played into the hands of ethnic jingoists, because let me tell you, Amewule is from the same ethnic nationality with the FCT minister. They are cousins. They are from the same local government area.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So if you now impeach the governor, who is Ijo, impeach the deputy governor, who is Orashi, of course, the next person that will take over is the speaker.
Yeah.
The Supreme Court speaker, the one that has been recognized by the Supreme Court, which is Martin Amewule, who is a cousin to the former governor, who is from the same local government area, who is an Ikwere man. So the narrative is now very rife, very strong, that this is an Ikwere agenda, because that's the narrative that some persons from the beginning of the conflict have been running with. So with the latest announcement, it is now looking like you are not justifying such narrative, and you are now also making the job very difficult for some of us who have put our neck into the crisis, insisting that this is not an ethnic conflict, it is a fight between a political godfather and his godson. Over a sharing
talking
formula,
about political
and two of them should go settle themselves. So you have now made the job very difficult for people like us. So it's worrying, and I want to say that I hope they are listening, or I hope that those in their camps will be listening. I want to warn them. I want to let them know that at the end of the day, the fire they are stoking, it may end up consuming everybody.
All right, thank you very much. Well, we have a message here. Good morning, Super FM. On the matter, Andrew from Ikoyi. On the matter on ground is so pathetic. There is freedom of expression. Will the president tell Nigerians that he did not know what is going on? The copper are not alone in this scenario. Some of them take care of their poor families from that stipends that is given to them. Same with River State issue. Tinubu kept quiet, pretentiously waiting for my state, River State, to go up in flame before calling his messenger, I guess that's what I want to say, Wike, to keep away from troubling my state. Okay, but God will disappoint them. Andrew from Ikoyi. We can't just go far in this, but definitely we know we're keeping up to date with the. So I mean, with all of this, we just it's unfortunate we are out of time, Mr. Sonny Dada. We're out of time, but thank you very much for talking to us on this matter. Former spokesman.
Michael, let me please add this.
Okay.
And this is a call to the president and to every well-meaning statesman in the country. In our last interview, I talked about how, if this is not handled carefully, how the crisis may snowball, into a regional conflict, and how it may also have an adverse effect on the country. And it is happening now. Now you are seeing the jaws mobilizing from across different states, mobilizing and making very, very inciting statements, worrying statements, threatening strangers, threatening the economic architecture that is domiciled in the region and all of that, threatening bring fire for fire and all of that. It is getting towards that. And I expect the president to call his FCT minister to order.
All right,
and tell him to stop making those very, very inflammatory comments.
All right,
that are further adding to the conflict.
All right, calling the president to order. Thank you very much, Mr. Sonny Dada, former spokesman, Civil Liberty Organization in River State. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
All right, Lagos, this is where we call it a wrap on Spotlight and Super 92.7 FM. I am Michael Inyang. Same time tomorrow, 7:30, down to 9 a.m.
We don't just talk the talk, we walk the walk. Switch to the good side of life here on 92.7 Super FM.